Howdy fellers, welcome new subscribers. I'm Brian from Apex Detail, working through the list of requested videos. Popular one near the top, taking a look at the Turtle Wax Seal and Shine, and very close to that was the Rustoleum Factor 4. So let's kill two birds with one stone and take a look at them both. Let's put them both on the same panel. We'll take a look at application, their gloss, their ability to repel water, and we'll beat them up with some chemicals. Let's get to it. All right, first up here, Turtle Wax Ice Seal and Shine is a synthetic polymer sealant infused with carnauba. So the polymer sealant will give you incredible beading, and the infusion of the carnauba will give you the warm glow of a carnauba wax. 16 ounces for $6.97, a simple spray-on, wipe-off formula. When it comes to the Factor 4 from Rustoleum, that is a kit. $19.97, gives you a handy-dandy microfiber with a foam block applicator. It is a three-step system. The first step is their primer or the wash. I'll show you how to apply all of these. The second step is the wax itself in a tube, a foil tube. And they have an extra step, which is a rejuvenator or a refreshing detailer, and that would be the last step. Okay, here we have a nice fresh panel. I have plenty of fresh panels for us to use here, but this one here is dirty. And I wanted to show you, the panels need to be cleaned when it comes to testing or on your vehicle. It needs to be cleaned. It needs to be clayed. It needs to be exfoliated. And you need a clean, naked, clear coat for both of these products to bond properly and for you to get the most out of your money. If you're going to use them, why not put the time in for the preparation? I'm going to show you the preparation as well. Let's get to it. We're going to use that half of the hood. We're going to have a little section for the Turtle Wax Ice Seal and Shine, a section for the Rustoleum Factor 4 wax system, and a control section. First, in this order, we're going to wash, we're going to clay, and we're going to use a cleaner polish to exfoliate, and then we're going to follow that up and finally prepare it with a pre-coat or a panel wipe, IP solution, whatever you use or whatever you want to call it. That's the steps I'm going to use in that order to prepare the panel for the test. And that's what you should do at least to prepare your car for either of these two products if you're not doing a correction, an enhancement, or a one-step. Okay, I'm going to do a rinseless wash, pre-treating it first. Okay, next, clay. All right, next I'm going to use a cleaner polish. We'll use the Megs 83. You know the drill. We're just exfoliating. We're removing dead paint molecules so we have nice, fresh, clear coat that these two products can bond to. And I'm even going to do that I'm doing all the preparation also in the control segment. And then finally, panel prep. So if you were preparing your own car to apply either one of these products, that preparation is the least you'd want to do. And just look at the difference it made just with that little bit of effort. We have 3 large sections for test areas, the Factor 4, Seal and Shine, and the control right here. First, we'll apply the Seal and Shine in its test area. You can lightly mist it onto the surface. I'm going to mist it onto a microfiber applicator so I can properly get it a nice, even application across the panel. A little bit does go a long way with both of these products. And if you want to see what it looks like going on, this is kind of what you're going to see as you're applying the product. And then we simply just buff it off. Very easy to apply, very easy to remove. If you see streaks, you're using too much. And if you do see streaks, just lightly dampen your microfiber towel, go over the area lightly, and they will be gone. All right, we're going to go through the process of applying Factor 4. It's a little bit more involved. I did cover and protect the area that we put the seal and shine on because we don't want any type of cross-contamination. Okay, 1 gallon of water. And since the Big Red Sponge was soaking in a rinseless wash solution, they have the polymers to encapsulate. We just want fresh water, so I just put a new microfiber towel in there. We want to shake up the entire contents of step number 1, the wash, concentrate, and we want to pour the entire contents into the bucket. Mix it up there. Now, we want to thoroughly wash that area. They also say on the instructions you can wash or clay, do either or. But once you clay, then you got to polish. Clay is abrasive in any form, mild or aggressive. So just use the wash media. So as you're washing, you're also spreading step 1 across the panel. And this step here is to be left just like that for 15 minutes minimum. That will give a chance for the formula to bond to the clear coat. Okay, 15 minutes has gone by. We simply rinse and dry completely. All right, before we get to step 2, just a quick overview of the product. It's supposed to be 3 years protection. The first step that we just did there positively charges the clear coat. The wax that we're going to do, the second step, is negatively charged. Together, they bond and they protect the surface from UVA, UVB, pollen, moisture, all that jazz. Now, you do want to keep it away from plastics and also satin or matte finishes. Okay, so the tube here just looks like, hardener for Bondo, and you sort of have to open it the same way. It has the pin on the top of the cap, smash it in there, give it a twist, and it will reveal your wax. Just squeeze a little bit out. A little bit of this goes a long way. You don't need a lot. Their foam applicator, the grip, and then the softer, spongy surface on the bottom. We're just going to put that much on there for that size of a test area, and that's plenty. I want to show you as it goes on, the paste is rather thick, but as we let it go and we spread it out across the panel, it's going to get clearer and clearer and clearer. And you let this dwell on this section for a few minutes until it's hazed and it's completely clear, then you can wipe off. So we're going to take our time and make sure that this section here as well is completely and evenly covered. And it does say to massage in circular motions. So we're going to do that as well. Cover all the bases. Sorry it's so shaky here. It's kind of hard to do everything with one hand. All right, so we're going to let that go until it hazes over and clears up just a little bit. All right, lightly hazed over. It's been a couple minutes. We're going to wipe it off. We're going to buff off. I do want to mention they want you to apply this in a cool, on a cool panel out of direct sunlight, just to make that perfectly clear. So you can see just a little bit of haze in the corners. So it's not the easiest product out there to apply. It already does feel very smooth. You know, where we have it wiped off, it is nice and glossy. I can give it that. But you're going to have to give this, with all the steps, a bit more effort. And, you know, at $19, for $5 more, you can get one of those SiO2 sprays. Completely up to you. You spray it, mist it, wipe it, walk away, done. But again, completely up to you. And there we go. Well, we have a little bit up here yet. Like I said, you have to keep an eye on it. On darker colors, it might drive you a little crazy. But we have it now. Okay, products are applied. You know, it says nothing about cure time. However, I have stuff to do. So I'll come back in 4 to 6 hours. So I'll give whatever's going on with these time to cure properly. And this would be the next step for the Rustoleum. This would be a rejuvenator, a quick detailer. You know, you would use this maybe every couple of washes to add a sacrificial layer on there and just rejuvenate the layer altogether. Both sides have now had plenty of time to cure. The panel has been sitting overnight, and they both feel very smooth. I think it's a slicker feel over here in the Factor 4 side. All right, let's take some measurements on gloss, see if either one stands out in that aspect. All right, when it comes to Factor 4, 90, 89, 89. All right, so an average of 90 GU. All right, let's jump over to the Seal and Shine section. 87. Average of 85. So we definitely have quite a difference between the two sections, and Factor 4 gets the gloss point for gloss as well. Okay, when it comes to hydrophobic properties, being able to repel water, I'll bring you in closer. Okay, we have the Factor 4. Seal and Shine. And the control area. Okay, so when it comes to repelling water, beading, I'll give that to the Seal and Shine. Okay, when it comes to chemical resistance for these two sealants here, normally they'll boast between 2 and 12 or 3 and 11 on the pH scale. We're going to hit it full strength with Nexet. That is a industrial cleaner from Germany. I will have a dedicated video on this stuff. I think it is absolutely fantastic. We're going to hit the both areas full strength. Okay, everything we do to these two test areas, we're going to do to the control section as well. All right, let's take a look at these three sections and see how they're fighting off the chemical. I don't know what to make of this yet, the Factor 4. The Seal and Shine looks like it's putting up a good fight, trying to resist. This is the control area. I'm going to treat each area the same when it comes to beating them up with chemicals or whatever. Yeah, well, let's rinse this off. In between every test, I'm going to use a sponge and CarPro Reset and wash all three areas. Make sure there is no film or anything left behind from the cleaners or whatever chemicals we choose to test with. All right, let me grab you guys, bring you a little closer. Let's take a look at the Factor 4. Seal and shine. Control. I just like the way the seal and shine is acting here in the middle. I don't know about you guys. Let's wash off, make sure there's no residue or film left behind from the cleaner. Alright, next we're going to do a heat resistance test, and I'm going to run a line straight down the middle of the panel and even through the control section. We're going to run a line down. And we're averaging 180, 190 as we're going down through here. Pretty close to 170, 180. Even at this speed going down through the panel. So even back here where we just passed through, we're still at 147, dropping slowly. Now we're going to keep an eye on those areas as we can continue on with the chemical resistance. And you saw what happened the last time we matched up a few sealants and did the heat resistance test. So we'll keep an eye on that. If you didn't see that, I would go back 2 videos to the spray sealant versus polymer sealant video and check it out. Right, next we'll hit it with a wheel cleaner. And something very interesting that I know you're already taking notice of. Heat resistance, this is not. Get the Car Pro reset, so there's no residue whatsoever. Okay, let me bring you guys in closer, and we can already see what's going on here. But this is some tough stuff right here. Control section. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, next we're going to hit these 2 areas with acid wheel cleaner. Well, actually all 3 areas. Let that sit for a few minutes. Okay, we'll reset and rinse. All right, we'll bring you in closer so you can see what's going on here. I would say the only panel that has the full protection is the Seal and Shine. Really amazing stuff. Okay, and finally let's bring out the heavy hitter. We'll let that dwell for a few minutes, then I'm going to use a microfiber and massage it into the panel and actually see if I can help wipe away the sealant and the wax from these areas. All right, let's give a thorough rinse. And they are finally spent. But that's what it took. Very impressive stuff there for the price, the ease of use. Again, polymer sealants, synthetic sealants, they hold up very well against SiO2. Okay, for the final thoughts segment of this video, let's take a look at how these two products matched up. When it comes to cost, Seal and Shine took that point. Ease of use, Seal and Shine again. Slickness, factor 4. Gloss, factor 4. Water repelling properties, Seal and Shine. Overall protection, Seal and Shine. Heat resistance, Seal and Shine. For the price, ease of use, Turtle Wax hit it out of the park with this one. Really caught me off guard. I'm impressed and very happy for them. A very good product, can easily recommend. When it comes to factor 4, I just don't know if I could recommend the price with all that preparation. You have a few steps to go through, and nothing really stood out. Beading didn't stand out. Protection didn't really stand out. If that protects for 3 years, then I guess Seal and Shine is going to protect for 10, right? If you have any questions, don't hesitate. Brian from Apex Detail. Catch you in the next video.